So before we get into this video, I want to tell you really quick why I'm posting it. I filmed it throughout December and I was just busy with the holidays and didn't get it loaded. And obviously there was updates throughout the case. So the day I was going to load it, they made an arrest and I questioned whether I should still post the video or not. But I thought most of what I actually pulled about this case was about the psyche of the killer, and that's still pertinent to what's going on. So in case you're curious, in case you want to see what came out with the cards, I'm just going to post it anyway, and then move on to my next case. But yeah, if you want to watch, here it is. I'm going to post it with my timestamps, and let me know what you thought.
Hi there. Okay, welcome back to Psyche Renegade Tarot. Tonight I want to do something different. I want to get back to my true crime videos. I have a couple that I've been working on or that are in the works. A good friend told me about the Idaho case, Idaho murders. It's a quadruple homicide for college students, and there's so much speculation going on in the news right now. There's a lot of unknowns, and I think the police are actually keeping a lot under wraps. So I kind of held back out of respect for the families and the victims. I didn't really want to get involved or contribute to the misinformation in any way, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put out this video with a grain of salt. Obviously this is a tarot reading. These aren't hard driven facts. This is just what I can pull and the energy I'm seeing. So if you watch it, please go in knowing that the hope is obviously this could shed some kind of insight, but the right kind of people would have to see this video for that to happen, and it would have to be accurate. So basically I just want to tap into the energy and see if there's any insights we can get, and then we can track them with the news to see if what I'm looking at is actually accurate. I'm filming this on the full moon. It's December 8th, so hopefully we can use this energy, Mercury, full moon in Gemini, to illuminate some of the hidden things going on in this case. So I do this video in the deepest respect for the victims and their families. It's not my intention to cash out on these videos. I never monetize my crime videos, just so you know. I do this just because I have an interest in true crime in general, and I just hope I just want to see how accurate I can get, basically, to see if there's any way to do this on a real level. I'll give a tiny bit of background about the case and what I kind of know. If I misspeak anything or if I get anything wrong, please tell me in the comments. But this is just kind of the general of what I know, and then we'll get into what the tarot can look at. So, all right, thank you for watching, guys. Check out my links if you want to book with me or anything else.
Here's the timestamps from the first time I filmed. It was on the 8th.
Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to double check like their names and everything. I'm not going to try to pronounce the last names because I don't want to get them wrong. But, I gotta take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to look into the murders that happened on November 13th of 2022. This was a few weeks ago in Moscow, Idaho. It's a really remote college town. This happened right near a college campus, but they were living in an off-campus housing or house. I don't know if it was actually college housing or if they just rented a place nearby, but it was Madison and Kaylee are 21. They were best friends and roommates. They were on the top floor of this residence, and then there was Xana and Ethan are a couple. Xana was their roommate. Ethan was staying there that night. They were on the second floor, I believe in Xana's room, and then there was 2 additional roommates downstairs. So there's Bethany and Dylan, their other roommates on the lower floor, and that's it. And I guess there's another roommate. I don't know if they moved out, but there was someone else on the lease that wasn't there that night, so I'm not sure what that was about, but I have heard in the news that there was another person on their lease at one point. I don't know. So it looks like throughout the night that the roommates on the lower 2 level went and did their own thing. Xana and her boyfriend Ethan went and did their thing. They went to a frat party and then maybe somewhere else. There was some time that was unaccounted for. And then Madison and Kaylee went to like a local bar and like food truck and then came back. they got some kind of ride back. I'm not clear if that was like a ride share. I don't think it was a ride share, or it was like I don't know if it was from a friend or from like a university service where they got their ride. I don't know if that's been clarified, or I just missed that in the news. But anyway, they got home around 1:45, I believe, and they're thinking Xana and Ethan got home around the same time, possibly a little earlier. And I don't know if it's been stated when the other two roommates got home. I think they got home the soonest or earlier in the evening, and maybe they're just in their room or went to bed. I'm not sure. So I don't know if they've released the toxicology reports or how intoxicated each of the people in the house were that night. I do think it plays into the investigation because I don't know. To me, I just don't know how you would sleep through murders like that, or if they were screaming during the attack or anything like that. But it is possible. Like if you are super, super drunk, I think it is possible to crash out hard, and maybe, you know, the house is well insulated, or they just didn't hear. Maybe they have a fan or music playing or whatever. I don't know like the details of the night like that. But two roommates down below weren't involved and didn't hear anything and slept through it. That's the story currently. And I don't think they've released the order of who was killed first in what order of the other people, but like I think possibly if the target was Kaylee, maybe they went upstairs to kill her, killed Madison too, because she was in the same bed, or they wanted to kill both of them, and then on their way out maybe they ran into Ethan, attacked him, and then Xana. I don't know. Or maybe they had attacked them first and then went upstairs. To me, it's just a little odd that they attacked those four, but not the downstairs roommates. Like maybe they just literally didn't know the downstairs roommates were home, or they just weren't a target at all, or their doors were locked. I don't know. I don't know if they tried their doors and they were locked, or they never intended to hurt them. That's just the weird part about the story, is that the other roommates were there but not involved. I don't know. To me, that'd be so freaky, waking up and discovering your friends have been murdered and you were in the same house when it happened. So it's just so weird to me, but it's possible. So I don't know. So yeah, we don't know if it was just like a random serial killer, a random murder, or if Kaylee was the actual target. Since some reports have said that like her wounds have been more brutal. So that's possible, or it could have just been circumstance. Maybe she fought back harder. I don't know. So basically, they were all stabbed to death somewhere between like 2 to 3 in the morning, or 3 to 4 in the morning. My time frame isn't exact, but in the middle of the night. And supposedly it was when they were sleeping, or possibly when they were sleeping, because I think they were all found in their beds or in their bedroom. I think the two girls upstairs were in the same room, and the couple was in the same room. So that's kind of the backstory. There is like some suspects. There's like ex-boyfriends that are being looked at. The roommates, I think, were cleared. There's one guy that was in the food truck video that might have like followed them home, and supposedly he's like taken off to Africa, and I don't think he gave DNA. To me, that's a little suspicious, or maybe he's just afraid of being pinned as a suspect. But I don't know. To me, if you're innocent, you shouldn't run like that, or at least it looks like you're running if you're leaving the country. Family swears that Jack D, the ex-boyfriend, isn't involved at all. And then anyone else that's close to them, honestly, in their immediate circle, because they would have the most motive if it is a vicious attack. If it's a random attack, then it's honestly more terrifying, because it means you don't really know what their motive is to kill, and maybe they're looking for random targets. So that is a possibility in this case. It might be, or could be, a serial killer, and I don't know if the police think that, or that's just on the table as an option. Maybe, maybe not. They might know more information than we do, but anyway, okay. So that's one thing I want to look at. Let's look at, was this a targeted attack just in the sense that somebody wanted to kill, or were they after these kids, this house, or someone specific? So what was the main motive? I think I've explained enough kind of about where I'm at with the case and what's going on. I don't know if I said anything. If I missed it, I might just insert it into the video. But let's just get started. Was this a targeted attack? Got the 9 of Wands. I think I'm gonna take it into consideration that it came out reverse. That's kind of like giving up on something that you fought really hard on. This could also be somebody resisting maybe this anger or this urge to kill. Maybe they resisted it for quite a long time and then finally gave in to it, gave in to the violence or the rage. I feel like it was building up inside of this person. It feels like they definitely took out their aggression on these kids, the attacker, but it feels like it bubbled over. So whatever was in them, this either urge to do this or this violence, bubbled over in them. I don't know. The Fool card came out. So was there, honestly, I'm getting the feeling that it wasn't necessarily those specific people. I'm getting more the feeling that this person was looking for someone unsuspecting, possibly intoxicated, in the Fool kind of energy, like their guards are down. These, you know, they were out partying, they were out drinking, so they might have been incapacitated, inebriated, drunk, not in the best wits to fight back. So I think at the very least, this person was looking for an easy target. They're probably looking for someone that was intoxicated. I don't feel like this person wants to get hurt, or maybe they're not super confident, so they wanted to go after someone that they had an advantage over, which makes sense. They waited till the kids were sleeping or in their beds, and also probably drunk, so they had a double advantage. That's giving me the sense that it's not, it's kind of creeping me out. It's giving me the sense that it's not maybe targeted to who they were, but more the circumstance, which gives me the sense that this is either maybe a serial kind of attack, or this person has those kind of fantasies or desires, possibly, because I'm getting the energy that it like welled up in them and they looked for someone that was non-suspecting, like someone that was a little too trusting or incapacitated in some way. Was this a targeted attack on one of the kids or all of them? Was it a targeted attack based on like who they were? Justice. Okay, so kind of. I don't feel like it's a personal vendetta, like an ex-boyfriend or scorned family member, or I don't feel like it's personal. I feel like it's more perceived. I feel like it's more like, oh, these spoiled rich kids, or oh, they're popular, they have everything, or oh, they seem happy. I feel like it's more a perceived justice or injustice of the attacker. Like, this is somebody who wanted to knock down a pig, or someone he saw as having the things that they didn't have. So it felt like a justice to them, like they were righting a wrong of the universe, that these people had these privileges and they didn't. These people had this life and they didn't. So it's more of like a comparison, like of what they had and what they didn't have, or more maybe a perceived happiness, like this person is happy and I'm not. They're successful, they're intelligent, good looking, wealthy, whatever it is. From the outside looking in, this is someone they wanted to attack, and they felt justified in doing it, or like these kids owed them in some way. Any more on this? Queen of Wands. I do think it had something to do with her beauty, and I'm talking about Kaylee and Madison. We'll clarify later, but if this was a male attacker, or if it's more than one person, or like more than one assailant, I do believe they were a male, and I think that was the main drive of this attack. It was like something they couldn't have, or jealousy, or maybe the girls might have rejected them in some kind of way, because I feel like part of the attack was because of their beauty. Like, they wanted to attack something beautiful, even just a beautiful person, a beautiful life. Like, they wanted to destroy something that they thought was like worthy. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, this person might have mental issues or some kind of split personality or psychosis is what's coming out. I feel like there was some kind of mental split that's driving this attack as well. I feel like there's something off about this person. Obviously, if they're killing people, but I don't know, that's just coming through. I think it's a mental health issue. Like, this person might live in some kind of delusion. They can't see clearly. They're blinded energy. And I feel like they take a lot of the world personally when it's just normal things and people going about their normal day lives. I feel like they take things personally that are completely normal or have nothing to do with them. So it like builds some kind of animosity, aggression, and anger inside of them. I don't know. I feel like this reading is turning into like the psyche of this killer. And I don't know enough about this person yet, but this is just what's coming through.
Obviously, there's been an arrest now, and the background of the suspect, Brian, is being looked into.
Yeah, this is what I'm getting. It was like a building of pressure, and they pointed it at these kids. Was it more than one attacker, or is it one person? Was it more than one attacker, or is it one person?
We actually do know a little bit about the killer. The police have made an arrest, a guy by the name of Brian, and he's a local Washington State University student. Anyways, you can go look up other videos. I'll link below on more about him if you want to look into it.
I feel like it was one attacker, but they were under the influence either some kind of substance or some kind of spirit or entity, or maybe both. They may have been a little bit drunk, a little bit high, and a little possessed. There's an entity driving this. I'm getting like Santa Muerte vibes from this, and not to offend anybody that prays to that saint, but I mean, they do believe in death and death offerings, so this person could believe in that. Like, if it's not Santa Muerte, they might have some kind of entity or deity that they kill for, or think of this as like a sacrifice, or something about their belief system has maybe delved into this, and they feel like they're driven to do this in some kind of way. Yeah, it's like a need inside of them. The Hanged Man. So this person might obsess about this, or it's like they have ruminating thoughts about violence, and after a certain point in time, it just comes out and they can't fight it any longer. I feel like this is one person. I don't know if they've done this before. Have they done this before? I feel like they think about doing it again if they haven't done it before. Seven of Wands. They might have done this before, or they just think about it. So this person could have like a military background, or like maybe they're involved in some kind of accident or accidental deaths, or I feel like they might have killed before, or they might have not gotten caught for it before, or they just think about it. Let's clarify this. 8 of Discs. Maybe in a past life too, which may or may not be relevant. I feel like, I don't know, maybe they felt challenged by them in some way. Let me backtrack. Maybe this person felt challenged by the kids in some way. Maybe that's coming through that. I don't know how they, okay, so I think if one person was the target, the other ones got in the way. And that's kind of what's coming through the 7 of Wands and 8 of Discs. Like their main goal, what they're working towards, was being challenged. Or maybe they just felt in opposition to all 4 of the kids in some way, in their way of life or their value system. So I was going to say, why did they do this? And the Temperance came out reversed. So similar to the 9 of Wands, my first question, it really was an imbalance. I think it might be a mental imbalance, a chemical imbalance. There's something off about this person. They might need actual, like, medication or mental health. Okay, I am back. Let's see what else we can get out of these cards. I'm thinking, the more I look at it, the Temperance reverse is a spiritual, emotional, and mental imbalance. So the killer is definitely somebody who is struggling with that. And hold on. Also, I thought about the connection here. The discs are almost looking to me as like a pentagram, or something that you might use in a ritual. So I was watching someone else's video about updates about the case in between filming last time and today, and someone who was talking about that the murders may have been around 3 a.m. and connection, if it is connected, and it was on the 13th, and if it is connected to the murder in Oregon of this couple, that was also a similar situation where it was a break-in and a stabbing, and it was in the middle of the night on October 13th. There's no confirmation if those are related at all. I had the thought that if they were, it could be some kind of like satanic thing. This is just an idea. I'm just interjecting this because that crossed my mind. I don't know if they're related at all. If they're not related, that point doesn't really matter. If they are, that could be significant. So also I wanted to state, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Obviously, I'm not an investigator. I'm presenting you the facts that I know from the news, from reliable news sources, and then we're asking tarot hypothetical questions. So this isn't spreading misinformation. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you know that I'm a tarot reader and that you can choose to take this information seriously or disregard it. But this is not an attempt to spread misinformation. This is an attempt to do spiritual investigation on the behalf of the families and the investigators in hopes that we can uncover some kind of details or leads that they might not be able to see. So if you're not into that kind of thing, then, you know, don't watch my channel, because that's a big part of my channel. And I believe in psychics who can do investigative work. If you don't, I understand why people have feelings about that. Just don't watch. You can watch the news if you prefer. And just so you know, I also do thorough research on the facts and the news, and I keep up to date with the cases that I do cover. So my intent is not malice. It's not to spread confusion. It's not to get views or monetize these videos or anything like that. So this is just for people that are curious about cases that are pending and wanting to see what tarot might have to offer for insight, okay? Let's look into, was this possibly connected to the Oregon murders? Let's just ask, see what comes out. King of Cups reversed, King of Cups reversed, Eight of Cups reversed. I'm seeing, I'm gonna take that as a no. I don't think it is. King of Cups reversed is somebody that's like overly emotional, acting in maliciously. Eight of Cups reversed is somebody that's refusing to walk away or not wanting to travel. It just doesn't align with the energy that I would think of as someone that's traveling, killing, on a killing spree, a serial killer. So I don't think that the Oregon, I'm going to say I don't think that the Oregon murder is related. It still could be, but it doesn't look like it to me. Hold on, were these an isolated event? I think I might have asked this already, but were these an isolated event? This case. The Hermit. Oh dear. Possibly no. Because the Hermit is somebody that like hides away, is very in solitude, keeps to themselves. So in reverse is someone that's breaking out of their shell. They've either, I'm taking this as they've either killed before, done this before, or they plan to continue. So this might be someone who fantasizes about killing just for sport, and they were this could be their first target kind of thing. Let's clarify that. Eight of Swords. This person's thinking about it. They're definitely thinking about it. I feel like one of the main purposes of this event was to spread fear in the community. So the Eight of Swords is a card of anxiety. So it's like they feed off this energy of making people afraid, of making people not know what's next. Like, I think this person is seduced by the power in it, sadistically. So, not to scare anyone, but I'm really getting the energy that this might be more of somebody who wanted to kill and then chose a target instead of like just a target in the sense that two friends got in an argument or an ex is jealous or somebody you know and it like escalates and you accidentally kill somebody. This is more like this person wanted to kill, they pre-planned it, and they picked these kids because it was either the way the house was laid out, they knew the house, they didn't like the kids, or they wanted these kids to be their target, maybe to get attention, or they didn't like their lifestyles, they didn't agree with them, they didn't have the same popularity or lifestyle, and they were jealous. It was, and so they chose to make them their targets because there was some kind of jealousy or anger. It's something like that, where this is something this person wanted to do and they decided to do, and then they chose the target. It wasn't like it just happened. I'm not getting the sense of I don't think it was a crime of passion. I think it was a cold-blooded killing. A killing is my opinion. What else can we ask? Okay. Let's just ask respectfully, do the police have it handled? Do they know, are they on the right trail? Do they know who the suspect is? They're keeping very quiet about it, which I respect. They're trying to do good police work. and they don't owe us any updates, especially if they're trying to solve the case and get the evidence they need to prosecute. They're trying to be careful and watch their steps so they can get the information they need from the public to make arrests, is what I'm getting. But are they on the right track? Prince of Cups, Two of Discs. Okay, so don't sue me, but with the Prince of Cups, the police force and the FBI have the right intentions. Their heart is in this. They're doing everything they can, and they have leads that they're following. With the Temperance reverse, there's the imbalance energy coming through. So I feel this is kind of like just the pressure of everything on the outside, and pressure to know what happened and to make an arrest is weighing on the department. So let's see. Are things going to turn around soon? What do the police need from the public? Are things going to turn around soon? What do public... This could be like they feel overly criticized, is kind of like... Prince of Wands. The Lovers reversed. And the Chariot reversed. So they need time. They need everyone to get off their back. And they're taking calculated, quick actions. So they're doing what they need to do. They're doing their police work. It's like people need to get out of their way, is the information, is what I'm seeing. Like, family and friends might be interfering too much with the Lovers reverse. Like, emotions are too high. So some people need to respectfully just let the police do what they need to do with the Chariot reverse here. They need to slow down. They need to, there's like some angle that they're missing that they need the time and the patience to catch or to consider. So I feel like they have the best intentions. There's just like outside things getting in the way. The pressures of the media, the community, and maybe even people closely involved. No hate on the family at all. I would probably be doing the same thing. I just think it's really hard for them to have patience, to have patience through this process. And there's a lot of tension is what I'm feeling. So they might not believe in the police action, or they're having a hard time sit back waiting for them to do their work as they need to. But the police are not giving up on this. They are taking action. They are passionate about it. They care about this situation. They just need the space and the time and the respect to do it, to do their jobs, is how I see it. Okay. Trying to think of what questions we need to ask about this situation so we can cover all our bases. There's a lot of unknowns. Let's ask, was the dog significant? A lot of people mentioned Kaylee's dog Murphy that was found in the home unharmed. She shared the dog with her ex-boyfriend Jack D. He now is in possession of the dog. Is there any significance to that part of the story? A lot of people believe that the person might have known the dog, and that's why the dog either didn't bark and wake up the downstairs tenants, roommates, or that's maybe why the dog was left unharmed. So there's a lot of questions around that. Let's ask about that. 7 of discs from, okay. I feel like this person just didn't want to harm the dog. I don't know if they actually knew the dog. This card flew out. Okay. It's just something they didn't want to do. Maybe they didn't plan on the dog being there, or they didn't want to harm the dog. I feel like the dog might have just cowered in the corner and not gotten in the way. The Hanged Man is in reverse here. So the killer might not have even seen the dog, or might not have contemplated it. I feel like this might have been a very, I don't know. I feel like the dog might have cowered and not actually gone after the killer. So the killer just might not have even paid it any attention. With Justice here, yeah, they just didn't, I don't know. They didn't feel right about attacking the dog, or they didn't need to. So I don't think it was like a planned thing. They knew the dog wouldn't really get in their way, or it just never did. With Justice here, King of Swords. I'm getting like sociopath vibes from this killer. Like, in their mind, it didn't make sense to kill the dog. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna just stab these 4 kids to death, but I'm not gonna hurt the dog. So I'm getting like a cold calculatedness from the King of Swords here. Like, they just, in matter of factly, didn't make sense in their head to hurt the dog. Their target was the people. So that's what I get from that. This might have been a random killing, as in they randomly chose to kill the kids. We'll get into that. But this person knew them in some kind of way. I feel like this person is or was a part of this community. Okay. What was I gonna ask? Where's the killer now? Where's the killer now? Let's get into their head. Where's the killer now? Princess of Wands. They're taking action. So Princess of Wands is like taking action, but maybe small actions. This, I feel like, research. Like, this person is paying attention to the news and to updates and to what is being shared about the case. So this person's doing their research. They could be close by. They might have gone away, but I feel like this person is still close by with the Princess of Wands. It's like, can be a traveling energy, but it's like not very far. The Empress reversed. So this person's in obviously very negative energy. The Empress reversed is a divine feminine who's gone dark. So this person might have unhealed feminine energy, which could mean they might be a feminine, or they might have like mother wounds. This person might have a strained relationship with their mother, or females in general. They might have been hurt by a female in their past, or this could align with like the incel theory, where it's men that get rejected by women and they develop like a rage and an anger towards women because they feel like they should be allowed to have them and they don't. So this could be that, like, where their feminine energy, if it is a male assailant, their feminine energy is wounded. And also, I feel like they're staying indoors, because I'm seeing this as like she's outdoors. So I feel like this person is hiding for sure. 5 of Cups reversed. Oh my God. I don't even want to say what came through. This person isn't sorry, okay? If you're a family member watching this, trigger warning, this person enjoyed it, and this person is enjoying the struggle of everyone trying to figure this out. This person is enjoying the limelight. They're not sorry. They're not remorseful. I think we're dealing with a sociopath. This person enjoys every bit of this, and in my opinion, plans to do it again. So this person's highly, highly dangerous. Like, they literally haven't even cried, so they're not upset. This person likes this. Yeah, and their strength. This person feels powerful. They feel like they got away with it. They feel like they're gonna get away with it. They feel like they will get away with it in the future. They feel like they've outsmarted everyone. They don't feel sorry. This person is hiding in plain sight. They might be very close to the people, by relation, by proximity, in the neighborhood. They have some very close tie to this, to the kids. Oh, let me get out of that energy for a while. 6 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this was kind of like a power play. This person just wanted some kind of victory over them. They feel like they got what they wanted. I don't know, whatever their motive was, to stop these beautiful young adults from having a bright, happy future, the killer got what they wanted. That was their goal, is just to cause destruction. Why didn't they attack Bethany and Dylan in the basement? Why did the killer not attack the other two roommates in the first floor basement? Five of Swords came out. Couldn't tell which way it came out. This could be that they just didn't see them. Four of Cups. I'm getting kind of hiding energy. Like maybe the girls just either hid in their rooms quietly and had the door locks. They could have been sleeping. I'm just feeling like they either didn't know about them or they weren't a target. Or they might have just felt like they didn't have time to go down there because it's kind of a disappointment. Like they didn't have time to deal with further conflict. They had to just get out of the house. Or they might not have had the same ill feelings towards the other two roommates for some reason. Ten of Swords. Five of Cups. I feel like they just were either like too tired, or they didn't think that they would be able to complete the job. Something about them going downstairs and attacking them, they didn't feel would be successful for some reason. Maybe this person knew those two roommates better and they didn't feel like they could complete the job. Maybe they didn't, if the doors were locked, they didn't think they could get in. Or they were afraid, they might have heard like a sound in the neighborhood and were afraid that they were going to get caught. I'm getting the energy of like they didn't feel like they could successfully do that. Yeah, it's like I'm getting like kind of burden energy. So 10 of Wands reversed. I don't know. For some reason, they just didn't want to. It was like they were done. They had enough, or they had taken the lives that they really wanted to for some reason. So I'm going to ask, and some of this has been covered in the news, and if they're watching it, I'm sorry if I'm offending them, but I want to ask why the roommates didn't call 911 right away. I've heard it was just because they panicked. So that's a lack of action. The Lover's card and the Two of Discs. So a lack of action, a lot of passion, and confusion. So this could be panic, like an overwhelm of emotion and panic. Well, these cards jumped out. So 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Interesting. So I think they called people that they cared about and trusted, that they knew, or that knew all of them, with the 6 of Cups and 10 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups is they didn't know what to do. So I don't think it was malicious. I think it was just literally they didn't know what to do and they panicked. I think they might have actually like freaked out. Did they know anything? Is there anything that they knew? This fell out upside down, technically. So if it would have fell out upright, I would say they knew something. But this fell out upright, reversed. So I do not believe the downstairs roommates knew anything, or they're hiding anything. Let's clarify. Because this is like they're out of the loop kind of information, kind of energy. 8 of Wands reverse. These are reverse. I don't think these are both knowledge cards, you see, but they're reversed. So they didn't know anything. Should they be looking at any of the ex-boyfriends? No. I'm getting this energy of they're very heartbroken, but this is also they're struggling to move on. Oh, I thought this was the Death card. It's the Devil energy. So no, they're not in devil energy, and they're very much grieving. So I don't feel like any exes are involved in this.
This is my second timestamp from the second time I sat down to film on the 14th.
Okay, you guys, I started filming this on December 8th, 2022. I had to take a break. I filmed again on December 14th, 2022. I can provide stamps from my videos if you guys want to see.
Here they are. Here's all 3 of my timestamps from the different days that I filmed throughout the month. I just want to include them here, even though they're different places throughout the video, so no one's confused about when I was filming.
Just because when I'm doing a case like this and I have to film in breaks and there's developments throughout the case, anyway, I want you guys to know and be able to compare what I know and what I've seen on the news and what I'm pulling here. So anyway, I started on the 8th. I've been following this case, and I'm trying to sit down and finish this on the 29th. So there has been developments throughout the month. There's been new surveillance footage in the neighborhood from cops. They stopped some drunk kids, and there was footage possibly in the background around 3:00 a.m. That could have been the lights in the home turning on and off, and possibly a scream. I know they got a hold of Joe from the food carts and interviewed him. I don't think he's come forward, but I know they've talked to the person that gave them, Maddie and Kaylee, a ride home. So there's just been different developments like that. There's no suspects still.
I am going to interject right here and remind you there has been a suspect arrested, Brian Koberger, and we're waiting more details on that.
They confirmed the white Elantra found in Eugene, Oregon wasn't related to the white Elantra that they're looking for. And that's all I know about that. So I just want to wrap up this video. It's getting quite long. I might do a part 2 if the case drags out and there's more pertinent questions that come up that you guys want me to look at. The thing that's standing out to me that I'm getting from this is I think this was a crime of opportunity and less passion. So I believe this murder was premeditated, and I also think we have a possible serial killer on our hands. I think the killer knew the kids in some way or had a connection to them to know that they could pull this off that night, to know that the kids were intoxicated. I think this person knew enough to know that they were going to get away with this crime, or be able to conduct it in the way they wanted to. That's my 2 cents. I do not think this was just a scorned friend or an ex-lover. I think this is more on the side of this was a thrill kill, and they either got too tired to go after the basement roommates, or something happened. Maybe they heard a noise in the neighborhood or something like that that scared them off. That's where I'm at with this, and I just want, if any investigators are watching this at all, the one point that stuck out to me too from my other videos that I'm compiling with this one is the car. I do think there's some key evidence around a car, around who was driving what, where they were driving, when they were driving, maybe physical evidence in the car, maybe there's blood, or maybe that's where they'll find the weapon. There's some significant detail around transportation or a car, so I think cops, investigators should really look into that, look into any way you can track the whereabouts of the cars or timestamps from the car's navigation system, something like that. There's some kind of key clue or evidence that has to do with a car that hasn't been discovered yet or hasn't been considered yet. Like they might have the evidence in possession, but they're not looking at it, or something like that. So lastly, what else we should ask about this case? Okay, I'm gonna ask, is the suspect somebody that's known right now, or is the suspect someone that has not come up yet? Is the suspect someone that's been known and identified, or is the real suspect someone that's not been presented in the public yet? Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, Three of Discs. I feel like it's either somebody that hasn't been brought up yet, or it's one of the possibilities, but they haven't narrowed it down. This with the Three of Swords, yeah, the person's internal motive might be like an internal pain, and they're wanting to inflict and cause this pain on others. Seven of Cups, they might be an option that the cops are looking at, but they're not sure about, or they don't have what they need. They don't have the physical evidence yet. I feel like it's at the very least an acquaintance. It's either a friend of a friend, someone in the neighborhood, someone they work with, someone they work around, someone they interact with. It was not like the killer was walking down the street, picked a house, and went in and didn't know the people. This killer knew of these kids in some way, either on social media or through school or through their work, the killer's work or their work. They've had some kind of interaction before, definitely. Okay, hold on. Let's look more at where the killer is right now. I think I asked that before, but I just want to ask again since it's been like 20 days 21 days since I first filmed. Where's the killer now? Where's the killer now? Six of Swords, trying to move away from the conflict. Queen of Wands, this came up last time. I mean, the Six of Swords is like they're trying to move away. They're trying to move away from what they did, from the reality of what they did. They don't want to think about it. Queen of Wands, this could be like they're disguising themselves. Either they've gone somewhere warm, is what I'm picking up on this card with the fire, to a warmer climate perhaps. Or this person might be disguising their appearance. Maybe they are actually putting more effort into their looks, so they look well, so they don't look tired and distraught. They might be putting on like a heavier mask, so to speak. Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person, if they haven't traveled out of the area they want to, I feel like they feel trapped here. If they're close by, they definitely feel trapped. Nine of Cups. This person might have gone on a little vacation, or they might have left the area. They might be drinking a lot, partying a lot. I feel like they're definitely trying to distract themselves from the situation, or they might actually be celebrating if they're that deeply deranged. This person might have left the area. Might have left the area. Are they staying indoors or outdoors? Queen of Discs. I feel like they're chilling. Wherever they are, they're chilling. They might be in a house somewhere. They might have gone on vacation. This person is just trying to go about their normal routine, and they're trying to blend in and act like everything's perfectly fine. They're trying not to raise suspicion. Yeah. They're keeping very quiet about the situation. I don't think they discuss it more than they have to. They're trying to stay out of sight, out of mind, to not raise any alarms. Where's the murder weapon? Where's the murder weapon? Where's the murder weapon? Princess of Wands. someone might be holding the murder weapon for them, or they might have given the murder weapon to a younger person, like maybe unknowingly. Maybe they just were like, here, I got you this, and the person didn't realize it's a murder weapon. Or they might have a confidant or an accomplice, someone that's helping them get away with it or helping them hide evidence, clean evidence. I'm not sure if it's more than one assailant. I feel like it's more like a confidant, like somebody that knows what happened or suspects that it's them but doesn't want to turn them in, so they're helping them. Princess of Wands. They could have hidden it somewhere with someone younger, or somewhere, something to do with their childhood. Somewhere they went in their childhood, someone they knew in their childhood. They could have hidden it. Like, for instance, if they used to have like an old tree house, they could have hidden in a tree house somewhere they used to go as a child, something like that. Six of Swords. Yeah, this person's trying to evade police. They're trying to destroy evidence, if there is any, and they're trying to look innocent. This card is suggesting it's just somebody with a lot of strength. Either this internal power that came from like this dark entity that we talked about earlier, or this could be somebody that is just physically very strong. It's clear. The entity they're working with is very strong, so this person doesn't necessarily have to be large in stature or large in size. I feel like they have a very strong will themselves. Their spirit is very strong, and it's been corrupted by an entity. See how they've become one and the same. This person is very devoted to this, and if this isn't an intentional, like, satanic or ritualistic, or if this isn't like an intentional worship, this person has been given over to this entity. They are essentially possessed, which you don't think that people are walking around possessed, but trust me, they are, especially if they have a bloodthirst like this. Prince of Swords. The cops need to talk to more of their friends and acquaintances. I feel like someone's going to slip up or say something, or wants to say something, or might see a dynamic that the cops aren't considering. I feel like the cops need to do a lot more interviewing of people around them. And also consider motive. So they may have talked to the killer and the killer lied to them, or something like that. Like, they might be being purposely misled. With the Prince of Swords here, there's some kind of connection. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say, Spirit, before we close this out? Okay, will this person be caught? Will this person be caught? Will this person be caught? Yep. Three of Swords. In a painful way. I feel like it's not going to be somebody that they suspect. I feel like it's someone they don't necessarily suspect. Ace of Discs, Queen of Wands. I kept getting this card for the location, so maybe they're going to catch this person in the location they fled to, or there might be a woman that's a confidant of this person that knows something, and they're going to speak up. I feel like guilt is going to get to this person if there's a third party that knows what happened and isn't speaking up. They might be bribing this person to keep them quiet, or police might be able to offer like a reward or something tangible in exchange for this information or for this confession. There's something this killer wants or doesn't want to lose that the cops can use to bargain to get the information they want. They just have to narrow it down and figure out this person and their weaknesses, and they can bargain with this person to get the truth. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop it there. This is just a heavy case. It's heavy energy. I might do a part 2 if it develops further and there's more questions to uncover. I just kind of took a back seat, you guys. I didn't want to interfere because it's an active case. The police got really upset that tarot readers were doing readings, and there's another reader on TikTok accusing people by name, and I checked her page. She's literally calling out this teacher like by name over and over and over, and it's really distasteful, and it's not how I read tarot. Even if I have inklings in this reading, I'm gonna hold back a little bit out of respect for who's involved and let the police do the talking. If it's not a random serial killer, I have suspicions on who it might be, but I'm not gonna be the one to say it. I have hunches. The cards said what they said. Take it or leave it. I really sincerely hope they get this piece of shit and they end up behind bars. Yeah, I think what they did is terrible, and I don't think they deserve anything less of the death penalty. You're gonna cut down 4 beautiful humans in the prime of their life, like, for what? For fun? For your ego? For jealousy? You know what I mean? There's no good reason, in my opinion. So for the families and for everyone involved, I pray they get justice. And I'm gonna leave the tip line for the police down below. If you know any information, please call the tip line. Take it seriously. And if there's GoFundMes, I'll add those links to my description box. Thank you for watching. Comment down below anything you guys think that you want to talk about. Please be respectful. These are real people. They have real families and friends, and this is still ongoing. It's very raw. It's very real. If you write anything inappropriate, I'm going to delete it. Thank you.